Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hooks, Lines, and Hip Hop, episode number 8.
Who knows?
We're not counting up here. I'm Hakeem.
Jacoby.
Thank you guys for joining us. Jake, what news we got coming at him?
You brought up Chance the Rapper turned down a $10 million record deal.
Hell yeah.
Sticking true.
Yep. I think he's gonna be on like the what's the name? Tech 9 lane. You know, where Tech 9 makes so much money by himself.
The only concern I had watching the Grammys is Kanye West's first Grammy for Jesus Walks was very similar. He was talking about thanking God and his obvious. I think he played Jesus Walks at that Grammys.
Yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't end up like him. I mean, as much as I love Kanye, I like Chance for a different reason. I'd hate to see him go down the path that Kanye went down.
I think the difference is Kanye came in as a producer who was constantly undermined as a rapper. So he gets basically this arrogance because he has to prove himself as a rapper, you know? Chance doesn't really have to do that. And I think Chance has his image is a humble one, you know? I can't see him becoming like a Kanye.
Well, I was telling you I'm going to see him in June, and I'll probably cry when he plays Acid Rain. If it rains, dude, I'll be like sobbing.
I really hope I can make it.
Oh, God.
I hope I can make it. That's going to be wild.
I'm going to bring the tissues. So, speaking of Kanye West and his producing time, talk about JayZ a little. JayZ and Beyonce had a song. It was a DJ Khaled song, unfortunately. Have you heard it yet?
Mm-mm.
It's called Shining. It's actually really good.
Okay.
JayZ talks about 21 Savage. He says 21 Grammys, I'm a savage. N-word. It's pretty funny, and he kind of says it in a 21 Savage voice. 21 Savage said he was pumped to hear JayZ kind of mention him in his song.
Hell yeah, he should be, as he should be. I think 21 Savage has a potential to have a lot of longevity in this game.
And speaking of crying, DJ Khaled said hearing Beyonce and JayZ on that track together made him cry.
He's full of shit. He's just trying to get more Instagram.
No, dude, that dude,
Snapchat
he's
followers.
soft. I just saw him on some celebrity bowling thing.
He is Arabic, and you know we do have soft spots in our hearts.
If you've never seen anything that made you laugh, go watch DJ Khaled bowl. God, it was hilarious.
He's shaped like the ball, anyways.
Shit, that was mean. What else here?
We got Drake responded to Kanye after Kanye a couple months back basically was going on a rant about how radio programmers play the same songs over and over again.
It's true.
They don't really curate any playlists, and all he did was he brought up the song that was big at the time, which was For Free, which is the DJ Khaled and Drake song. And all he said was that that song is getting played heavy because radio programmers are paid to play certain songs. Yeah. And I guess Drake, kind of the same way he took Kendrick's Control disc the wrong way, took this the wrong way. And I don't know exactly what he said. Do you have what he said?
I didn't. I read the article, but it was nothing. He just said that
he
Drake said
really
something about Kanye publicly shitting on him is how he felt. But he said that they're in their own lanes and they do their own thing, so he respects what he said because he respects Kanye, but he didn't really agree with what Kanye said.
Yeah.
At least we didn't get like a back-to-back or charged up too going at Kanye, because Kanye would kill Drake, dude.
They both have writers. It's whoever has the best writer for that diss at the time, I think.
Anyway, Donald Glover agreed to play Simba in an upcoming Lion King remake.
I'm excited.
That'll be cool.
That. Yeah.
He's got a lot of... We're not going to hear music from him for a while. I hope most people understand that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think people who are fans of him already understand that because, you know, there was a big gap between Kawhi and Awaken My Love.
Well, I know everybody's like, are you going to go on tour? He played a few shows for Awaken My Love. Had the big Pharaohs show, which awesome. Came out on the app.
That was so cool.
And he said that he wasn't going to do a tour for that album because of the role he has coming up in the Han Solo movie. He said he wanted to take time and be alone and get in that role. And then with this, he'll be few and far between for a while, I think.
I think he's kind of like, he's in his own caliber in regards to being an artist, and people like that, I can wait for their music, you know.
Brack that open.
We're sponsored by Miller Lite.
What was Post Malone album? Had to take a Bud Light break. Wonder how much they paid for that.
A lot.
That was like Peyton Manning at the end of the Super Bowl 2 years ago. He just kept saying, "I'm going home and drinking Budweiser and eating Papa John's."
He had caviar and champagne.
$1 million check every time he said that.
$13 million to you, Peyton, and your forehead gets an extra $5.
XOXO Papa.
He did give him a kiss on the sideline.
That made me hurt inside.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I was already deflated because I was a Panthers fan and I was like screaming at the television for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I feel bad for you.
All right, let's get in. We're gonna review Future's self-titled album today.
Yes. I was I wasn't expecting any music from him. This kind of came out of the blue.
Yeah, I did. I texted you.
Yeah,
you didn't promote it.
And I didn't respond to you until like 4 hours after it happened.
I saw it. I got home. I was about to get in the shower, and I was just sitting on Twitter before I was getting in the shower, letting the water warm up. And it was either him or Hip Hop DX had tweeted Future debuting new music on Beats One. So I figured, okay, he's got an album coming out soon. So I listened to it for a little while because it was a live stream. You couldn't really go back or scrub. So I listened to a few tracks. One where he kept saying Chris Breezy. I don't remember which song it was. Or Sea Breezy is what he kept saying.
Diamonds dancing like Chris Breezy.
So I listened to that for a little while, turned it off, went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning and looked at iTunes, and it was out. And I did see an interview with him. I don't remember who he was talking to. He did say that they asked him how long it's going to take for the next project, and he said he was going to let the fans decide. So I mean, he's working.
Yeah, and also, you know, he kind of, in 2015 and early 2016, it was just kind of like a Future overload, where he came out with Dirty Sprite 2, and then he hit stride with that. Then he did Purple Rain, then Evil, then What a Time to Be Alive, and then he went quiet after that. And then, you know, he did a few singles and stuff. And I've always been a huge fan of Future. I think I went back and listened to my favorite mixtape of his was the one that he did with Zaytoven, which I forgot. It's like he's holding the heart in his hand. It's super great. Hang on, I'm gonna look that up. But
when I pulled up the album, I saw the track list, and I was like, oh, he's going with, you know, the new trend now is to put a name of a song out, and it has features, but they don't actually put the features on there. So I was like, okay, and I listened to the whole album waiting for a feature, and there was none.
Nope.
Which was kind of odd.
Beast Mode.
I thought.
Beast Mode. That was the mixtape. But yeah, no, I didn't think it was odd because if you when he was doing interviews with Breakfast Club for Dirty Sprite 2, he said he didn't want any features on DS2. So I know he's been meaning to do this for a while.
I don't look for Future to be like a 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
No, but I know he doesn't really think about that either, but I think he has enough energy and he picks enough diverse enough beats to carry a project. I didn't expect him to carry an hour-long project.
I told you before we started, I think it would have been cool if it was like 10 tracks.
And we're going to talk about that because, as you know, with longer projects, you do have, in a way, you have more room to make mistakes, but at the same time, I have more room as a listener to tune you out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's odd for Future to carry an album for 17
it's hard
tracks.
Because like there's rappers like Kendrick changes his flow and his cadence. The sound of his voice? Future is kind of the same. Yeah. So how many tracks was it?
This one, his self-titled, the one we're reviewing now, is 17, but Dirty Sprite 2 is 18, and it's 2 minutes shorter. So I think the only difference with that is, I mean, again, he really only had one feature on that one, and it was Drake. But also, you got to remember with Dirty Sprite 2 is he pulled about 9 songs off of his 5 mixtapes that he had prior.
I didn't know that.
Some of the songs that he had pulled out of there were.
I had thought it was a drought before this, but I didn't know if it came off a single.
Thought it was a drought. I think it was a single of his, but I Serve the Bass I know was off one. Freak Ho was.
I Serve the Bass is one of my favorite Future songs. That beat is crazy.
He's got a few crazy songs off there. I think Percocet and Stripper Joint is my favorite Future song ever.
The issue, I don't know that he doesn't. If you listen to the DJ Khaled album, what song? The one with Nicki Minaj. No. Oh, It was the shitty one where she said something about have Meek Mill sucking on her toes. Made me hurt inside. But Future rapped instead of kind of like the sing-song auto-tune sound, and I liked it. It was just different. So I was kind of hoping I would hear some of that on here, but it was just all the auto-tune, and that's what made the album just kind of drag.
Yeah, so you felt like it dragged to you.
I mean, it was good, but I would have liked it shorter.
I think what carried it for me and what made me not feel that it was as monotonous as it could have been were the skits. And I know you said you weren't you said it was one skit too long. You said 2 skits.
It's in every skit is too much. I don't know.
I kind of liked it. I feel like it added a little bit to the project. I think the first skit where the guy's coming in to buy a gram. First of all, I don't know who's selling for 10 a gram, but holla at your boy.
That'd be sensational.
That's sensational. But he somebody comes in, he's like, "Can I get a gram?" He goes, "What am I gonna do with $10? A gram?" And then it just echoes out. I thought that was funny. But the one that I liked the most was at the end of Zoom when young Draco calls in and wins the 12-year 9-album deal, which is absolute trash. And he keeps going, grrr, grrr, grrr. And he's like, "Are you in a shootout?" And I was telling Jake, I'm pretty sure that's a shot at Designer. And
Maybe.
And he was saying it could also be a shot at Soulja Boy because he calls himself Young Draco. But
talks about how he's from the hood.
Right.
He's not really from the hood.
Right.
Tried to whoop.
I think the only thing though is the blatant gun sounds. It's definitely Designer.
I don't know. If it were me, I'd be afraid to call out anybody on good music.
Yeah. But Future is like
Pusha will come through with the bars.
Yeah. Oh man, he needs to put out an album. Shout out to Pusha.
We can't go track by track. This is really long.
No, absolutely not. But I think we should say that it started off on the right foot.
Oh, the best track on the album, I think.
It was Rent Money. Rent Money is super hard, and he comes at Scottie Pippen saying that he slam dunked his hoe. So cheers to that one. I will cheers to that one all day. We're drinking to that.
Poor Scottie Pippen. Never got the respect he deserved.
Yeah.
There'd be no there'd be no Michael Jordan if there was no Scottie Pippen.
Come
on.
No, I don't know enough about basketball to argue, but I know that Jordan always had a
Scottie Pippen had a huge assist rate, and that's why Michael Jordan had a huge point.
Somebody had to pass the ball to Jordan. He couldn't do both.
Like if it weren't for Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, Steph Curry would be, he'd be good, but he'd be an average point guard.
Right, true. Yeah, you definitely need to know who's supporting you. I think Scottie Pippen gets his respect.
This is totally off topic, but if I play 2K with my dad, he cannot play unless he plays with like the 96 Bulls.
That's odd.
Or I think it was 96 because that's when they won back to back.
Yeah.
And I have to play as like the Nets.
And he just
and he just freaking Dennis Rodman.
Whoops your ass.
Dennis Rodman comes like bouncing down the court with his ugly ass and just dunks over everybody. It's awful. So he had a bunch of people around him that made it better.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Scottie Pippen doesn't get a respect, and he did get a shout out on Rent Money, but
wasn't a good one.
Did pipe his wife down. So I mean,
why do you gotta say it like that?
I kind of like it like that, a little extra sauce, too much sauce.
It could have been worse. He could have said something about his long nose.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was. He wasn't directly dissing Scottie. I mean,
I don't think it was personal.
He's just stating fact. Well, it is personal. I mean, he piped his wife down. He shot her club.
Ex-wife, though, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We'll have to do some research.
Ex-wife now.
He gonna bitch about Sierra. He can steal somebody else's girl.
He's still bringing up his R&B chick.
I know he's
7 albums in.
Worse than freaking Ludacris about 2 Chainz. Every Ludacris song talking about, he left DTP. Still shopping on your ringtone money.
He's mad pity. He's full of pity. But yeah, very, very hard start. I was excited about that one. Good Dope. I don't know. It was I kind of skip over it. It's not a bad track. It just wasn't memorable. But Zoom, loved Zoom, and then that was near when the first skit came in. That was Young Draco.
Draco had the flutes in it, right?
No, that was Mask Off.
Okay.
Draco had.
The beats were really cool in this, and in that same interview, I watched him talking about continuing to work and like what the album was going to be about the next time, besides codeine and strippers.
He was still kind of on that.
He also mentioned that he's not really using Metro Boomin anymore.
Yeah.
He said that this was his quote. He said, "I made Metro Boomin a household name, and now I'm not using him anymore." So I don't know if there was a falling out there, or if he just got tired of the same kind of thing and is trying to bring other people up. But that kind of rubbed me. I didn't know what to think about that when I read that.
It could be kind of like he's giving him his own start now, but it's not like Future was rapping on drastically different beats. I honestly thought Metro did some of those. those.
He may have done these, but I know that he said that the quote was something along the lines like, "I made Metro a household name."
Maybe there was a little falling out. For some reason, I don't know if you noticed this. He kept referencing his old album Pluto. Did you notice that?
Mm-mm.
He called himself "I'm Pluto" a lot on this. 2 tracks in particular.
I don't
bringing up
remember
Pluto.
a thing from that. I remember 2 songs. There was a song with
Turn off the lights. I'm looking for it. That was a great song.
That one in the song with wasn't Karate Chop on there with Lil Wayne? That was one. Where
That might have been Honest. I think that was Honest.
I don't remember.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
you're
that
right.
was Honest. Honest had a lot of his radio songs.
Because Karate Chop.
Yeah,
is the one
Karate
that,
Chop is on. Karate Chop is on Honest.
Lil Wayne
Pluto,
lost his Pepsi deal because of that.
Oh,
song.
where he says
Talking about
he
Emmett
beat it up
Till?
like Emmett Till. Yeah, see, it's okay to go for shock factor, but
That was little.
it's Lil Wayne and it's really shallow effort of shock factor.
Well, he says
beat the
that-
pussy
he
up
said-
like Emmett Till.
And Kanye made an Emmett Till line in Through the Wire talking about his wreck, and he said something how his girlfriend was afraid that her man looked like Emmett Till, which that kind of towed the line a little finer,
Yeah.
and that kind of draws attention to how brutal that Emmett Till story was.
Right.
But that Lil Wayne's was just
It was just stupid.
Yeah.
On Pluto, we had Tony Montana, Turn on the Lights. That was probably the only ones I really remember. I didn't really listen to Pluto. I just remember.
Turn on the Lights was his first radio song. wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And at that, he had that song Racks on Racks.
Mhm.
That was his song too. But that wasn't on Pluto. That was kind of what got him into the game. And I think you can definitely see a lot of evolution in this one. However, this one to me, I feel like Future was trying to make more of a concept album with this one. Between the skits, between the fact that I feel like this sounds better as a whole body of work as opposed to, I don't feel like I can pick and choose songs on this one as much. Like, I mean, I do have standout tracks, but I feel like they sound better in the context of the whole album.
Yeah.
And the tracks that I feel like are weaker, I don't think they stand out as badly.
Well, I know we've talked about this before. I'm a big believer in listening to an album in order in its entirety.
Right.
And I don't think all of his other albums I would just put on shuffle because there is really no meaning to listening to them in order.
Right.
Which I've always kind of viewed Future as a greatest hits rapper. Like his greatest hits album is going to be fucking lit.
Bananas, yeah.
Yeah.
It will be. Yeah, I think...
Because each album has songs that just really overperform.
Absolutely.
And then some that underperform.
I mean, like Dirty Sprite 2, I think there are definitely a few songs on here where I'm like...
That's my favorite Future album. For sure.
I mean, that was that was definitely his biggest. That brought him into the...
And I liked Evil.
Limelight.
Inner
You
Mouth,
loved Evil.
Inner Mouth was awesome. Yeah, that's a real.
Fuck the
He's
DA
talking
lady
about
in
the
the
DA
mouth,
that represented DJ Esco.
Yep. When he got stuck.
That was another one he mentioned in that interview.
Yeah.
He said, "I made Esco a household name. I made Boomin a household name, and now I'm looking for the next guy." So maybe I forgot about that. Maybe it wasn't so much as shade as it was he's just trying to bring people up.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, he reminds me of Gucci. Like, think about all the people Gucci's put on that are big names now.
Yeah.
You know, you got Young Thug, you've got the Migos.
If you say Pee Wee Longway, I'm gonna smack you.
No, but have you listened to Pee Wee Longway's most recent album? Please listen to it.
I know. Okay. When Gucci was in Greenville, he showed up like 2 hours late to his concert.
Right.
They said Pee Wee Longway was up there for like an hour and a half, and I heard it was absolute trash.
I would have loved to have been there. I'm gonna pull it up now. There, Mr. Blue Benjamin. Mr. Blue Benjamin that album came out last year. I'm telling you, I know it sounds whack. It's 20 minutes. I didn't even know it was this long. I loved it. I listened to it 3 times. Hard as fuck.
Is OJ the Juice Man hard too?
You liked OJ the Juice Man.
I
didn't
the
like
Lord
it.
of the Rings mixtape. Okay.
I think here's the thing. With trap has infiltrated rap fans a lot. I remember when Jake and I first heard Lifestyle, we laughed our ass off at Young Thug.
That
And
song
then-
is still ass.
It's still ass, but what I mean is Young Thug evolved past that. You sound like a dying dog.
The SpongeBob skit was the funniest thing I've ever seen making fun of Young Thug.
I think, but however, there's a lane for this music now. Trap music has kind of entrenched itself in modern rap.
I'm sorry, but if I had to choose between listening to Future or Pee Wee Longway, you know I'm picking Future.
Yeah. I think Future has a more appealing delivery than Pee Wee. Pee Wee, when he's kind of got kind of a little whiny voice, you know. But I don't know if you remember, he did a song on Travis Scott's Days Before Rodeo with Migos.
Yes.
That was a pretty good feature. He's gonna blow up in a couple months. And I'm gonna come back to me.
The Waka Flocka meme, okay?
Okay. You're gonna. This is what same thing that happened with Young Thug is gonna happen in Pee Wee Longway. You just wait. But we're not gonna bring that up right now. What are some other standout tracks for you from
the
from
first
the
one was
self-titled?
definitely the best in my opinion.
Yeah, by far.
Draco was good. I like the last track. Feds did a sweep. It's a lot slower than the rest of the album.
I think he's rapping the most on that one too.
Poppin' Tags, I would not have named. Thank you, Macklemore, for ruining those two words for everyone. Scrape was kind of cool because at first I thought that was one of the ones I listened to on the live stream, and I thought he kept saying like, skirt is like a big And then I saw the name, I was like, he's saying scrape. That's kind of different.
That's what's being looped in the background.
Yeah,
that's scrape. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I thought he was saying skirt.
That's what I thought.
Oh, it's scrape.
So let's see how many rappers pop on that.
Scrape. That's
the Migos will be going scrape.
I can see Quavo doing that.
But
this is a good topic. All right, which one are you putting on? Culture or Future? Like if you want to get this vibe, because they're putting on Future.
Yeah.
Same. I'm putting on.
I don't know. Future has a better voice in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only person on Migos that can come close to Future as far as how good his voice is, I would say would be Quavo.
I think you're sleeping on Takeoff. Everybody's sleeping on Takeoff.
I don't know.
Takeoff has a good flow, but I mean I agree with you. I think Quavo always does the most melodic and his delivery.
And I feel like a lot of Migos stuff is ad-libbed.
Yeah.
Like it's just shit like, we didn't make the bar there, let's just put in some skirt or some cash.
Yeah. Like
to
T-shirt.
finish the bar. Yeah.
Like T-shirt.
That was one of my favorite songs, but
yeah.
Future's songs sound complete. Like I don't know, he probably doesn't write his music. I'm not trying to throw shade, but he probably doesn't.
I'm trying to, let me see.
But I'm sure his music is created for the beat that that was made for him. So I don't know, and I like the production better with Future than with Migos. Which Migos had some big features. They had
a lot of
808 Mafia was on. They were on this album and Culture. I don't know. There were some more that I remembered.
Zaytoven, I think, was on there. Metro was on there. A lot of the big Atlanta producers tend to stick with the Atlanta rappers as well. I agree with you. I would definitely throw this one on more. It's been in heavy rotation for me. This one, and would you believe it? I tried to listen to a Yellow Wolf album. I regret it.
You may want to go get tested for cancer.
I'm sorry to anybody who likes Yellow Wolf.
Or has cancer.
It wasn't good. I was also listening to Savage Mode. Okay, all right, hang on. He's giving me, we're recording it in a real JayZ style,
Except I don't think JayZ has ever drank Miller Lite while he records it.
Yeah, that's definitely more of a
Yellow Wolf,
Post Malone or Yellow Wolf. We should talk about this. Guilty pleasures. Future's album is not a guilty pleasure. I will openly say I like Future. But Jake, you have been listening pretty heavily to Post Malone's Stoney album.
I'll say that. I like that. I won't use that as guilty. I have a guilty pleasure album. Go ahead and say yours.
What's yours?
Bruno Mars, dude.
That's not guilty. That's just
I feel
good.
I feel like a white soccer mom driving around bumping some 24 karat magic in the air. Yeah. I feel like I'm taking my kids to soccer practice.
I just want to. I'm gonna have you sing that, and this like
that's a Windows Up album. Like, I don't want to pull up to a red light and somebody be like, "Oh, that's a sweet car." He's listening to Bruno
He's
Mars.
listening to Versace on the floor.
That song makes me wet. Wet.
In the vein of this trap explosion, 21 Savage, I went back and revisited Savage Mode, and I don't know why. I did watch the Noisy special with him, Lil Yachty. Did you see that?
Oh,
Did you see that special?
It's gotta be bad, dude.
It's anyway. Savage Mode might be my guilty pleasure right now.
Mine's gotta be Bruno Mars. I can't think. Like, it used to be Young Thug, and everybody's like, "Oh, Young Thug's whack. Young Thug's this." Everybody giving me shit. Okay, Jalen gave me shit because, dude, you're listening to a rapper that was wearing a dress, and he's like a big Andre 3000 song. Apparently, Andre 3000 used to perform in dresses all the time.
He was the first one who really broke the fashion barrier in hip hop. You know what I mean?
So what brought it up was we were looking through like top 10 rappers, like something Billboard did, and it had a picture of Andre wearing a dress.
Yeah.
I just looked down and I said, okay, you're about to go listen to Jeffrey and change your mind.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of think this album should have had features though. Maybe just 2 or 3 to break up the monotony a little bit.
I mean, a Drake feature's always good with Future.
Yeah, they go together really well, and I actually, this made me want to go back and play What a Time to Be Alive, and I wouldn't have minded like another Digital Dash. I love that song.
I was not a huge fan of that album.
I mean,
but
you gotta remember though, they
Dash.
only put 6 days into it.
Yeah.
6 days for an album?
Yeah, but I would guess the body of work is older than that because a lot of those are probably Future songs.
That's what I was gonna say. A
They
lot of them
said-
are Future songs that Drake got,
Right.
And was like, yeah, throw a hot verse on that.
Yeah. So, what would you rate the album, you think?
I'm giving this one a strong 8. I definitely will revisit it often, and if I want something newer from Future, then Dirty Sprite 2. And again, like I said, I think this one is a stronger overall body of work, and I like that he kind of went for a more raw sound, like on Beast Mode. And if you haven't listened to Beast Mode, definitely go check that one out. Yeah, this is a strong 8 for me.
I'd probably rate it the same, an 8. What I'll probably do after this is I'll go and I'll put the first track in a playlist and do, like I was saying, like a greatest hits Future playlist.
Yeah,
because I think there's he'll have, this is kind of off topic or off genre, but Garth Brooks had a greatest hits come out through Target.
Yeah,
and it's like 2.5 CDs full of music.
yeah.
I think with the rate Future puts out music, when he's retired, he'll have a pretty big greatest hits out.
Oh yeah, and he's got kind of anthems that I think won't be. I know. Like we've said this before, hip hop goes through this, like, unfortunately we have replaceable heroes. This like 2-year time span where a new artist kind of comes up and takes the game by storm. But Future, between having the Drake album, and he's got like March Madness. Madness is a huge single, and that came out almost like 4 years ago now. Yeah, I think he has a lot of staying power, and I could definitely see him having like 2 or 3 CDs just jam-packed full of hits.
All right, you ready for the hidden hit?
Yeah, let's do it. Go ahead, you first.
Mine, I already mentioned it once in this. It's called Shining. It's a DJ Khaled song, but it pisses me off. This is a Beyonce JayZ song, but it's under DJ Khaled. So type in DJ Khaled and look at all the hot trash that pops up and pick out this gem that's in there.
He's been doing really well though.
He has. Unless he's been bowling.
It's a rebirth. It's been bowling.
Anyway, it was really good. It pissed me off though. There's a lyric, Beyonce saying it's something along the lines like, "Nobody can hold me down," and she's saying it, and fucking DJ Khaled's in the background echoing her. It's absolutely awful. But it's Beyonce and JayZ, awesome.
He can't not be on there. Do you have an older song?
Yes.
You got your oldie but goodie.
Yeah. Are you looking through?
I'm trying to
Pusha T?
find. No, oh yeah,
Okay.
I was, but I was like, I already used that one.
Okay. This one is a Clipse song from 2009.
Oh,
it's called "Kinda Like a Big Deal." It's a Kanye feature.
Ooh, how's that?
Kanye says probably the worst thing I've ever heard him say. I'll read the 3 bars. He says, "Special ed got head from a girl in special ed." You know the pretty one's in that dumb class, but she got that dumb ass.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so bad. But nobody
It's not
cared.
even that good of a bar.
No, you gotta hear it in context. It just hits you out of nowhere. But I guess nobody got mad. People were mad at Obama and George Bush in 2009, so nobody cared about what Kanye had to say about this poor girl. I mean, we obviously know that it didn't happen.
Right. Well,
Amber Rose.
I had to take 3 showers after that.
It was did he say 30 showers?
Whatever. He fucked an
He should have made a
amateur porn
remix.
star after that and had 2 kids with him.
30 showers. Had to take 30 showers.
For Amber Rose.
From that dirty flower. Get it? The Amber Rose, flower rose, 30 flower rose. 30 showers.
If you guys want to hear the Dirty Showers remix, leave a like and a comment.
Oh yeah, I'll write that shit.
Yeah. So that's your oldie, and what was your hidden hit again?
The Shining.
The Shining. Right. Awesome. For mine, I just found it 3 seconds ago. It's Bambi by Jidenna. And if you don't know, that's the dude who made Classic Man and had a suit on. We were just listening to it. It's a good song.
That song was good. Classic Man.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm actually kind of excited for this album. It sounds like he's going, like Jake was saying, it sounded like it was just more it was a lot more than just like classic singing.
Sounded like John Legend meets
Frank Sinatra.
Snoop Dogg meets Jeremiah.
Ooh. I'd listen to that album. We might have to review this one, Jake.
The dude's wearing a hat he stole from the Shriners Circus.
No, he definitely stole that from my uncle back in Lebanon.
Whatever.
He definitely did. But anyways, and then my oldie but goodie. Did I use this the last time? Devil's Pie.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. It's Devil's Pie by D'Angelo, and I was going back watching my favorite movie of all time, Belly, and then I hear "Fuck the slice, I want the pie, get a slice of the devil's pie," and I went back and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" It was D'Angelo, and it was from his album Voodoo. And if you guys don't know D'Angelo, he put out Black Messiah 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember that album. It was huge. I think he won a Grammy.
You know who hasn't won a Grammy for a while?
Who? JayZ?
Yeah.
Well, neither has Weeknd, so
True.
They're even.
True.
Bring them back together. We want to see you guys working together. I want to see Weeknd be OVO, because frankly, I'm tired of him just not being OVO. And maybe he can get rid of Party Next Door. Party Next Door can become like the Quentin Miller. Shout out to Quentin Miller. He lost his leg in a car accident. He's still making music. I think it was a setup. I think OVO Camp just sliced it off, and he won't want to talk about it like that. You know what I mean?
Who knows? Good thing he didn't lose his hands, because Drake would have had nobody to write his music.
Another hidden one is his song. It's Quentin Miller, where he's talking about potential. If you guys haven't heard that one, check that one out. And Devil's Pie, check that one out. If you want some soulful, you want something for some nookie time with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, if you're homosexual listening.
Oh, I got censored for what I said just a minute ago.
Yes,
and you can come with that.
I can come with that because we support same love.
We do, but I didn't think we had to say that. It's 2017. I figure most people do.
I want to see boyfriends and boyfriends making love to this song. I want to see girlfriends and girlfriends making love to this song.
No offense to anyone, but I don't want to see it. I'm cool with it happening, but I don't want to see it.
I want to hear the song playing through a closed door, and I want to know that love is being made in there.
Okay.
Same love. My love, she keeps me warm.
Another 2 words that Macklemore ruined for everyone.
Fuck Macklemore. He's so cringe.
Ugh, Facklemore.
I'm sorry for anybody.
His music makes me say "fack" when I listen to it.
That's a great Eminem song too. If you guys haven't listened to that one.
All right, we mentioned the Grammys for a minute.
Let's.
Grammys was this past week.
Yeah, let's touch on that.
A week ago today. God, they're so disrespectful.
Yeah,
Okay, if anybody didn't see Chance, obviously it was his first official. He won a Grammy earlier that afternoon for No Problem. He won Best Rap Single.
Two
Best Rap
Chainz
Record.
got one for that too.
Yeah, everybody that's featured on it. That's why Lil Wayne and T-Pain have a ton of Grammys, is because they featured on a lot of songs. Anyway, he won that at like 5 o'clock, and it was the only people that really saw that acceptance speech were the people that were there early.
Right.
So this was like his first Grammy win where he was in front of the nation. And they start playing him off, and he goes, y'all can play the music, I'm going to talk. So he gets like a little 30 seconds of time, and then it was like 21 Pilots or what's the other? The Chainsmokers came up there in their underwear and told some obscure story about how they were in their underwear when they first met, and they said that if they were win a Grammy, they were going to do it in their underwear. So that was cool for the minute and a half it lasted, but Chance can't talk about his independence, which I think they were snubbing him because they probably really didn't want him there, but he had that huge petition.
Right, and everybody signed it because the thing before that was free music couldn't get nominated, right?
So I don't know if they were upset because they were taking time away from music that was making them money.
Right.
Anyway,
no, I think it's always like you know they have a schedule and they want to try and stick to it. You know,
like he came up for the second one and they didn't really start playing the music when he won for Best Rap Album, which I didn't think he was going to win.
I didn't either.
There was some good competition in that one. I thought Views didn't win anything, but once again, the Grammys being disrespectful. I think that Kanye and Justin Bieber and Drake had no shot regardless because of them publicly saying they were not attending the Grammys.
I think
they're not going to vote and recognize these people.
That's kind of bullshit, though. I think Drake. I mean, it wasn't my favorite Drake album, but it was his most commercially successful Drake album. And for anybody that knows the Grammys, I think they did two things with the Chance nomination. They showed that they're not all about the money, which before they were, because in the old school, in the path of the usual Grammys, Drake should have cleaned house pretty much. Because
it was being honest, about numbers.
Yeah, and it's always about like who's getting the most radio play.
Because his was nominated for Best Album of the Year too,
and
overall
to be fair to Chance, I don't know. I might piss some people off saying this. I think he should have won that. I think Drake should have won that. Maybe it's because I've been drinking, but
I just say I thought he was going to win strictly because of the numbers. In my opinion.
You like Chance's album way more.
In my opinion, it was between Life of Pablo and
Which
there was another one that I didn't think Chance was going to win. He won Best New Artist.
Yeah, but that's kind of weird for us because we've known of him for so long.
Well, Anderson .Paak was also in there, and he had a blow up in 2016.
Oh my God, he should have won.
So I thought he was going to win that one. Anyway, more back to the Grammys being disrespectful. Adele won Best Record of the Year for Hello and Best Album of the Year for 25. Right. This is the issue I had. I don't want to talk about Beyonce should have won any of that.
Go ahead, Kanye.
I tweeted from our thing. I was like, when she said that Beyonce deserved it, I said something like, Kanye about to hop out of this Adele costume.
Yeah, thank you to Jake because he was the one who was taking charge of the Twitter.
So
at HLH, if you guys don't follow us.
Adele wins Record of the Year first.
Right.
She says thank you and acknowledges, I don't know if he was a composer or a producer for that song. Mm-hmm. And it was a big component of the album. As soon as he walked up to the mic and started talking, they played him off. Like, turned the cameras away from him as the man was talking.
Kanye?
No.
Oh.
The guy that Adele recognized.
Oh, okay.
So then when she won Album of the Year, she was like, I'm going to let him finish. So he got to finish what he was saying. They're just, I mean, I understand that they're trying to get as much content in without having to play commercials because the commercials cost them money.
Right.
And they are making money off commercials too, but most people are there to watch the Grammys, not hear people talk. And obviously, I mean, I personally didn't really care what that man had to say because I'm not a huge Adele fan.
No.
But Adele fans cared about that man because she was giving thanks to him, just like I would have been psyched if Chance would have let Donnie Trumpet come up and talk, or Pete Cottontail, the big white guy that was behind him. No, I don't know. Anyway, if he would have recognized anybody in his camp, I would have been intrigued to hear what they had to say.
If you really love an album, you really want to hear from everybody who had a hand in it, especially somebody that the artist is taking note of. And yeah, I agree with you.
And everybody argued about Adele, Beyonce.
I think it's kind of cool to be mad at the Grammys too. You know, I think people like to bitch at the Grammys.
Well, they haven't helped themselves. This year was probably the best out of the past three because 2 years ago we had fucking Macklemore gets snubbed by
Kendrick gets snubbed by Macklemore.
Yeah. And then freaking Taylor Swift beats out To Pimp a Butterfly. I saw a graphic the other day on Hip Hop DX. It said something about, I think it was a bunch of artists. Kendrick was on there. I think Kanye was on there. All these people that have not won an album of the year, and Taylor Swift has 2.
And yet, Kanye has over 20 Grammys, though.
Right. But this is what
That's insane.
playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift was played worldwide. Kanye West was mainly United States. Same thing with Beyonce. Beyonce has worldwide fans. I'm not taking away from that.
Yeah.
But Adele
has a lot more of a
reach in Europe, has reach here, all over the place. So that, if they're strictly basing on numbers, I see why they gave it to Adele. I was not a fan of Lemonade. I'm sure people will crucify me for that.
I enjoyed Lemonade. It wasn't something I went back to, but
I think Beyonce has a better singing voice than she does a kind of rap. sing-song voice.
Beyonce doesn't make music for us, though.
No.
So you can't crucify us. Beehive don't come after us because we frankly don't listen to Beyonce that much.
Right.
I'm over here bumping Savage mode.
And I grew up on singing Beyonce.
Yeah.
And that. Personally, I like hearing Beyonce sing more than the new age stuff we've heard from her.
I've wanted to put a ring on it at least 3 times because of her, but that's not happened yet. Thank God.
So this one was definitely better in the past 2 years for sure.
Yeah, and again, congratulations to Chance because
Willie Nelson.
And Willie Nelson.
Yeah, Willie Nelson. Well, it went on TV because that was all.
God bless him.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I love him. He apparently came to the country club I worked at and played golf in jeans and flip flops. That's legendary.
Yeah, it is.
And also, apparently, the chef who works there made Willie Nelson his burger. And I know that dude had the munchies, and we got some badass burgers.
Oh yeah.
So,
Probably reeked.
yeah, just chronic.
I saw him at the Peace Center. One of the best concerts I've ever seen.
I love that, man. I think, you definitely diversify your music this year. Make it a goal to listen to other stuff, even if you are a huge hip-hop head. Listen to everything out there. Check out that Jidenna song might be something to definitely look at because I wasn't expecting to hear that much singing. It's an interesting little hit. Thank you guys so much for listening. Jake, you got anything else for us?
That's it.
God bless. Have a good night, guys.